Hi everyone, so I'm going to share with you how I created this New Year's Eve look. This is a bold, glamorous, fun, and glittery look. I usually do something like this every year, something glittery, something a little dark and smoky, and I like to incorporate a little something from my outfit. I mean, it's not every day that I like to do a little something matchy-matchy, but New Year's Eve I feel like is sort of a costumey holiday, so I like to do stuff like that. So I use some blue eyeshadow. This is a glitter top coat from Ulta. I've never heard of these on YouTube, but this is pretty much like a pressed pigment with chunky glitter all throughout. Not just a little bit of glitter, but like a serious amount of glitter. It's really flaky and it does have a good bit of fallout, but I'm going to show you guys how I worked with this. It was really easy and I didn't have to use any glitter glue, which is a bonus. So if you guys would like to see how I created this look, just keep watching. So first I'm going to start off by priming my lids using this MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW30. I used to use an NC, but I'm kind of liking this NW a little bit better just for the moment. So I'm just going to put that all over my lid and up to my brow. This is really going to help clean up anything under the brows and cancel out any of the color on your lids. So now I'm taking this Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in Blackest Black. I'm using my pinky because that's my smallest finger, and I'm just going to pack that on the lid and then take it a little bit up into the crease. You don't want to take this stuff too high because it is black gel liner, so once you put it down, it's pretty much there. You can blend it out. As you can see, some of it is kind of blended out, but I'm going to go back with a brush and just blend out the edges, because once you blend this out and you apply eyeshadow, you really can't go back and blend it anymore once it's set. So now I'm just going to apply a tan or brown crease shade just to help transition the colors. You don't want your eyes to end up looking bruisey, so I'm using my go-to MAC Pro Longwear Uninterrupted eyeshadow. This has easily become my go-to transition shade. It just works for everything. Now I'm taking the NYX Nude Matte Shadow in Confession. This is basically the color of dirt. But I'm taking this on a tapered blending brush, just putting that in my crease in between the transition shade and where we blended out the black gel liner. This is going to help smoke it out without making everything look too bruisey. Using dark colors around the crease area can get really, really ugly really fast. And here is the star of the show. Oh my god. It's... okay. So this is a Ulta glitter top coat. I'm very new to this. If you guys have seen this or heard of this before, I guess I'm just really late. So I'm applying this with a little bit of Fix Plus. You can use water, eye drops, any setting spray will work just fine. But I'm applying it wet to my lid. I'm going to slowly pat, pat, pat. Work the eyeshadow up to the crease, but not into the crease. It may take a little bit of patting, opening your eyes, looking around just to see where the eyeshadow moves when you blink, because it is glitter. Glitter does transfer just a little bit. Once you have it to your liking, just go back over with a dry coat of the eyeshadow just to set everything. So now I'm taking MAC Blank Type. This is my favorite brow highlight. I'm just going to apply that generously. This is going to help push down some of the dark colors and provide a nice contrast from that deep blue to a really bright brow. I like a bright matte brow, so that's what I'm going for in this look, and it really helps balance everything out because we do have a lot going on the lids. So I'm just patting that under the brow, sweeping it around, just cleaning up everything. Now I'm just taking that same blending brush, no extra eyeshadow, just blending around so that I don't have any harsh edges where we just applied our brow highlight. Now I'm going back in with that Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner just to create a simple wing, nothing too dramatic, just a small tail. You can totally go all out and have a big thick wing, but I really wanted to focus on the eyeshadow. So This is going to take forever, so I'm going to speed this up because for some reason this liner was just really, really dry. Maybe I had it open for too long. This gel liner is just pretty much on its last leg. And now I'm just being a hot mess listening to Sam Smith. And of course I'm crying because all his music is emotional and I have all this glitter falling out of my eyes. So I'm just wiping that up, and now I'm going in with lashes. Oh my god, these lashes are amazing. I don't know how I overlooked these so long. These are the I Wore Lengthening Lashes in number 155. So pretty. Love how natural these lashes look against mine. They don't need to be coated with mascara. It blends so nicely. You'll see that once they dry. Even though I do go back with a little bit of mascara, I just apply it at the roots because I really don't even want to mess with these lashes. They just look so pretty on their own. So I'm using the Duo Brush On Glue to apply these. I prefer this over the old Duo. It's just so much easier to work with and it dries a lot faster. So now I'm going in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. This is pretty much the only thing I use on my brows these days. It's really easy. I don't really have to fuss with it too much, but it still does take a minute to do my brows. I don't know, I guess my brows are just a lot thinner than they used to be, but I feel like they're finally coming back into their old shape. So I'm just filling these in. I trace the top, then trace the bottom, and then just fill it on in. But of course I'm speeding this up because nobody wants to sit here and watch me do my brows all day. The Rimmel London Glam Eyes liner just to cover up the lash band. This glue does dry clear, but I always like to go back over with a little bit of black because I do have black liner on. The clear still kind of shows against the gel liner, so I like to go back and cover that up with a liquid, not with the gel, because sometimes the gel can ruin your lashes. Now I'm going in with my beloved Too Faced Primed and Poreless. This is pretty much the only thing I use on my face and this time of the year. Pretty much the second half of the year, this is what I will use faithfully. If you have problematic skin and you find that the texture of your skin is a little bumpy under your foundation, try this primer out. Now I'm going in with the NARS Sheer Glow in Tahoe, another favorite foundation of mine. I have oily skin most of the year, but I love this throughout the year. It doesn't matter if it's winter, summer, spring, fall. I just love this foundation. It does my skin so well. And I'm going in with this MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC42 to cover up some acne scars. My skin is still giving me trouble, but it is a little bit better these days. Not so bad. I'm trying a couple different things. So I'm just going to cover up any redness or scarring. I also like to use this to shape my brows, just to clean up anything in case I was filling in my brows like a mad woman and it got a little messy and I color outside the line sometimes. I like to clean it up with my concealer and you'll never even know. I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 25 Medium just to highlight my face, on my cheekbones, down the center of my nose, on my forehead, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. And I also like to do it in the reverse of my contour. That's what I call it, but right below where you would put your contour, right below the hollows of your cheeks. I find that it looks really flattering there. Once you apply your contouring powders after or your bronzer, it just makes it look a little more dramatic. So I'm just blending that out with the same brush that I use for my foundation, just to kind of blend in the tones of the different creams. For under my eyes, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in Honey number 40. I really like this concealer for every day. I do like to use the prolonged wear under my eyes, but I do find it is a little drying. And something like this is a little bit better for me in the winter. And I'm blending it out with a brush that I am just obsessing over right now. I bought it a couple months ago, and I think I showed it in a haul. But this is by IT Cosmetics. It's the Concealer Blurring Brush. I love this brush for under the eyes. I usually don't like to brush under my eyes that much, but this brush just makes it so easy. It's so gentle. It just blends and blurs everything perfectly. So I actually like to use this brush for setting my under eyes as well, but I'm not really going to go into all of that in this video. I'm going to set everything with this Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder in Translucent. I'm going to set everything under my eyes, all over my face, just to mattify everything before I go in with my bronzer. Now I'm going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This is in medium deep, and I'm just going to use the same brush, putting that in the hollows of my cheeks, swirling it around. I'm not going to do a harsh contour. I'm just really going to warm up the face and just bronze kind of in the same way that I would contour, but just a more brushed out effect. And I'm just going to swirl that all over, really concentrating on the outer parts of my face. I'm not going to worry about contouring my nose and doing all of the little steps that I take to contour in a normal tutorial. I really prefer this more airbrushed bronze look, especially for a look like this where you have bold eyes. You don't want your skin to look washed out. Now I'm taking that NYX Matte Shadow in Confession on a pencil brush just to smudge it out on my lower lash line. And I'm just going to smudge it out, but not all the way to the inner corner. We're going to leave that part bare just to kind of keep the inner part of the eye bright. But I'm going to keep on smudging that out until it looks nice and blown out, nice and smoky, just like the upper part of the eye. And I'm using this Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This is the Lots of Lashes. I showed this in another video, but I'm just using that at the base of my lashes, and then I'm going to coat my lower lashes generously. You cannot leave those things bare. You will look very weird. I'm taking this NYX lip pencil in Ever, and I'm just going to line my lips generously and then kind of feather it out on the inner part of my lips just to help blend once we apply our lipstick. I'm not trying to look like Kylie Jenner because every time I watch a tutorial on YouTube, I hear somebody talk about Kylie got doggone Jenner. Now I'm taking an old favorite of mine, this NYX lipstick in Circe, I don't know how to pronounce it. If you do, then go ahead and leave me the most fun version of your pronunciation in the comments below. I feel like this video just took a real fun, weird turn. Now I'm topping everything off with the Bare Minerals Moxie Gloss in Show Off. Of course, I held it upside down like a pro. I really like what this gloss did for the lip color. It gave it a little bit more color without being too pink. I was afraid this was going to come off a little too pink and just look completely Barbie. But it's peach and it gives just enough coral to the look because just that lipstick alone looked a little too much like concealer. So just use something nice and peachy. Revlon Coral Reef is another favorite lipstick of mine to add over a nude gloss just to give it a little bit more oomph. So now I'm taking MAC Rice Paper. I decided last minute just to pop in a little bit something on the inner corner just to brighten it up. I didn't want it to look completely dull or bare, so I just put a little bit of that on the inner corner. Now I'm just setting my brows with some clear brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now I'm going to do my fun little hair trick. Voila! I curled my hair with the New Me curling wand. I'm not sure of the number. I think it may be a 29mm, but it's equivalent to a 1-inch curling iron. I'm just going to go ahead and tease some of the hair at my roots just because I feel like the back of my hair is looking a little limp. I'm not necessarily going for a poof, but I'm just going to kind of push my hair up just to give it a little bit of a lift. And here is the finished look. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a happy new year, be safe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Maybe I'm painting blue. What I'm